Hello guys! So I am in this video going to kind of show you what I'm just like really kind of like word vomiting right now, but I'm going to show you what I've actually been designing, working on projects wise in Etsy. I have a lot of digital projects and things, and that's because it's just easier for me to be able to provide that to other people versus having to like get it printed from somewhere else and then package and ship it up, just because I don't always have time to do that. To those who do, I congratulate you. I will get there eventually. But anywho, I want to show you some of the things that I have right now because I have added a lot of things to my shop. Most of which are planner type pages. Now I kind of briefly talked about this in my digital planning, how I digital plan my life pretty much video. But I wanted to show you some of the other things that I have designed as well, because there are a lot of them. So we're going to go into, if it's going to let me, which it doesn't look like it's going to let me. I was going to say we're going to go into all, but I guess we're not going to do that. So right now I have, like I said, a variation of digital pages and pretty much images in a sense. So some of them you can kind of see right off the bat are like this Valentine's Day heart thing, which is something that I created in on my iPad with drawing. And it's basically a PNG. Now this t-shirt here and also this sticker here are available on Teespring. So a lot of my physical products are actually going to be on Teespring, and everything on Etsy is going to be digital. But I have this digital file here in case you wanted to use it as a sticker, like a digital sticker, or in case you wanted to print it out and just hang it up on your wall because it looks pretty. But some of the digital planner pages that I have, like let's show you one that I haven't showed you yet. So this is the Valentine's Day February one that I have. I am like more or less obsessed with this layout. I love the layout, having your schedule of like times and stuff on one side and then having kind of like a to-do list on the other side, having like the important everyday stuff like listed there so you can see when you check it off, having some sort of week goal or mantra, and then having notes, of course, of like random things that you just might need to know and might forget. Now what I like about this is it can be, I have it listed here, you can print it out. That's what it looks like on full 8.5 by 11. But you can also, and this is one thing that people often forget, you can also shorten them down very easily. So if you were going to print this out and like your own printer page, you would just like adjust like the settings on your printer. Not very difficult at all. You can also, if you went to go get them professionally printed, like if you wanted to put it in like an actual notebook or something, or like go to Staples or whatever to do it, then you can very easily just tell them, hey, I'd like this to be shrinked down so it's like 2 on 1 page. They can very easily do that as well. No charge or anything. Very, very easy to do. But if you use like GoodNotes, for example, as an app or a digital journaling type app, you can very easily just drag and drop it in. It is a PNG file, which is easy for most computers to be able to read. And yeah, so that is my preferred weekly planner page that I personally like to use. I also created a new layout that I haven't used before. I just came out with this one. This one is very much kind of like a student planner type of a thing. I don't know why it looks so blurry. But you would basically, by each little circle, you would write out like what the day is, like the date itself. I also planned on putting right by the year, you would plan out or put like the week of type of a thing. I may have to print this out or like put it in digital notes and create a better example than what I currently have here. I just came out with this one like yesterday. But yeah, you've got the little black kitty on one side, little white kitty on the other side. That doesn't remind you of anyone's kitty cats at all. But this would be more for like your assignments and things that you have to do. But I mean, you can use it literally for whatever you want. This just reminded me very much of the agenda type planner pages that I used. Also, I've noticed a lot of, because this is digital planning is something I'm very new to. A lot of designers have their planner pages, like you see both of them right next to each other in the app. I don't actually like that. I like that it is just the one page and you can scroll from either side to side. That might be something that I change if people prefer it to be 2 pages on one. And if you're not understanding what I'm talking about, like their planner pages are like the image that they have all together. Ooh, sorry. Would be like this. This would be the image that you would see on your one page versus like only seeing this page or this page, which is how I prefer it. But that's preference. Whatever, it doesn't matter to me. Something else that I've also been starting to get into with my planning pages or journaling is you can kind of see on the page I have a weekly reflection journal page and Epcot Festival planner page. Now this Epcot page I kind of came up with literally when I came back from the art festival, because I had gone through, for every festival, Jared and I, my husband and I, always go through and we pick out what events we want to go to, what food we want to see, and so on and so forth, and sometimes we'll add to that in case there's something new that we, discovered when we get there. So this, I actually have an example of everything that I ate. Everything that I ate, things that I wanted to look at, attractions that I wanted to go to, and different entertainment that I wanted to see. And I really like how this came out. So I'm thinking about doing, I've already planned on making one for every festival, one for the Flower and Garden Festival, one for the Food and Wine Festival, and one for the Holidays Festival. I've already created an image for each one as well. You can kind of see the image here. It's a picture of a girl. She's got balloons with a little Epcot ball in the background, and of course like a little Mickey there. That's the image for, this is the image for that it would be on my computer versus the image on my iPad. But this again also can be printed out. Same, everything that I just described for the last page. Print it out, resize, however you want to use it, you can use it that way. I also want to, especially as people start coming to the parks more and more, especially now that park hopping is a thing again, I want to create fun like planner pages for going to Disney World. I think that'd be really cool. Going into another type of journaling planning page is my weekly reflection journal page. Now this I really like because I often forget to do this, like sit back and kind of pat myself on the back for like a week well done and kind of like reflect on my week of like what can I learn from the week, what did I not do that I should do next week, as to like not just tasks but like mindset, like where did I kind of have like panic attacks here that I could have done better, and kind of learn from it and so on and so forth. So this one, kind of zoom in a little bit, this one's very basically designed. It's basically just text, and then I have like a little, there's 2 different versions. There's a blue version and I think this is the pink version, I can't tell, but it has like the little swirl under weekly reflections. Kind of hard to tell in this image. I did it that way because I want this to be mostly focused on the words that you're writing. This is more of a journal prompt than anything else. And then last but not least, I have actually been reading audiobooks, as I've mentioned to you guys before in a previous vlog. I've been reading a lot more, and whenever I finish reading a book, I like to go through and like remember like why I did or I didn't like a book, because there are a lot of books that I've read years ago, and it's like I remember I liked this, but it's like, did I dislike it for another reason? And so also I want to keep track of the books that I've read, because I do want to read. When I say read, I mean like audiobooks type of a thing, because I don't have the patience for reading. But I have 3 different types of pages. I have what do I want to read next, which I actually have a nice long list. Jared's been helping me of finding, because he's a big reader, and so he's been helping me find books that I would really like, and like making a list of that. With like the prices and things, like how much they are. So if like there's a larger book but it's gonna be more expensive, maybe I want to buy something else. And then also with Audible, I have been using like credits, and so it's like, it's 1 credit or 2 credits. Then my book review, I'm kind of writing down, do I have an example of it? Yeah, The Longest Ride is the last book I just finished. It's a Nicholas Sparks book. I've kind of got, you can kind of see like how many stars I would get it when I finished it, like what my thoughts were on it, what type of book it was, and then I also have like a list of the books that I'm either currently reading or I've finished. And you can kind of see on this image, I've got like the longest ride written there, and then there's a little check mark in the bottom corner that I have finished it, which I'm very excited to fill that library up so that way I can look at it and see, hey, I finished all these books. That's very exciting. It is very exciting for me. But I also want to, I kind of mentioned this, I don't know if it was in this video, I think it was in the last video that I filmed. I have a January challenge that I have made. This I was selling because I also made a blank version of it. I have since then added to this. You now have the 2021, and then you also now have a just like blank January calendar for maybe next year, which I'm glad that I did that, so that way I can like resell it for next year as well. But I sold it with the actual challenge listed in there as kind of an inspiration type of a thing, as it's like, no, you don't have to follow this exactly, but maybe these are type of things that you want to fill in your calendar. But I want to do one for Valentine's Day, like an actual just blank calendar. But I also, something else that I'm looking into doing is I'm going to be adding to my sixtoedpawprints.com website a page of free downloads, because I've been making these, like chucking them out so quickly, and some of them are so cheap and easily to make, that I want to provide some that are free to download, because there are a lot of planner websites that actually have free downloads, and I think that's really cool to kind of get people started on either journaling, printing it out and using it that way, which is how I used to do it like last year and the year before. I used to print it out and do it that way, or doing it digitally with an app like GoodNotes. So anywho, that is about it. I highly recommend you check out my Etsy shop. I do have a couple more things on here. Like I have a meal plan and a groceries one. I guess I can go through real quick. This is just a very basic, I think there's two versions of this, right? Yes, there's a more simple version, and then there is a more wispy version. But it has a list of, like, you know, what to get for grocery wise. I also love that I kind of organized it by like dairy, frozen, meat, and so on and so forth. My husband and I do shopping like digitally, so we have it delivered. But when we did go out shopping, it was easier to like have things organized in like sections, so that way it's like, okay, we're going down this aisle, these are all the things that we need, instead of like going back and forth. And then you also have like the breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Saturday through Sunday. I'm sleepy. Which again, you can put these in either a digital plan or you can print them out. I printed them out and I put them on the fridge, so that way we would fill it out, like what things that we needed, and we would also have it up there so my husband knew what was going to be for dinner. And then my most popular thing that I have created is my Tone It Up inspired fitness journal. So Tone It Up has come out with multiple different journals. I actually have a couple of them, and I took how their page layout was and kind of reorganized it a little bit. Kept a lot of the same kind of principles that they had and designed it on my own. I used kind of their same coloring with a workout calendar and also a meal plan calendar that you can use. And I also took inspiration for their holiday hustle and their 30-day fall challenge, and also their summer series. So there's different basically color variations of each one. This is kind of the basic one. All the other ones that I've mentioned have some sort of like image, like the fall one has like a leaf on it. On some of the pages, the Christmas one has like Christmas trees and so on and so forth. Those are the most popular things that I have sold. I do have a couple of, you kind of saw this in my last video that I filmed as well. I have a couple of Run Disney race inspired planners. I'm thinking of redoing the princess one just because I'm not excited about the colors, and I kind of have more of a different brain set when it comes to design and layout for this, and I kind of wanted to redesign it a little differently. But you have that, and it's the same thing for like the Marvel one that I have here. I also had a Captain America one at one point. There's a couple of other things here that I've added in, more images that you can just download as like stickers or redo, and I've also started going through a series of designing cast member costumes, and these are yeah, these are things that I would go and get professionally printed and then ship out, just because it's easier for me to, because I have different skin coloring. I have dark, tan, and what is essentially white, and that way you can tell me which one you want and I can send it off to you, versus like if I did it a digital download, it would be harder for you to select which one that you wanted. There might be a way to go about doing that. I have to look into Etsy and reorganizing it. And I guess we can end on this image that I have here for the art festival. Like I said, this one comes with a white one with a rainbow, I believe. Yeah, a simple white one and then a white one with a rainbow. Because I thought that looked really cool. But I am designing one, and this is also available. There are prints. All of my images that are on here to be able to print out have some sort of design on Teespring. So if you really like the design, you can wear it, or you can have it like on a sticker or something if you get it off my Teespring shop. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I'm really excited and proud of the things that I've designed, and I'm really excited about, now that I've gotten into digital planning, and planning is something that I love to do, I'm really excited about opening that can of worms. I've also because of that, been using my iPad a lot more, so I've been utilizing my illustration app a lot more, and kind of learning what I can do when it comes to designs and such. Like you kind of saw where did it go? I bought a ton of Christmas cards, and I had a couple of extra ones, and so I provided these to be able to be bought. This is the Christmas card that I sent out to family and friends, and I thought it came out really cute, and I really like it, and I've been looking into designing kind of like Disney things like this. Like I'm working on a Main Street type design like this, that you can kind of download and either, again, print out and frame, or you can maybe make into a card like this, and maybe doing some cute little things for Valentine's Day, like little Valentines you give to people and such. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked any of the stuff that you saw, please go and check it out on Etsy. Please support small businesses, even if it's not me. Go look at a small business. There might be someone who can help you, or help you get something awesome. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.